A couple things about our Advent season is to me, it's one of the easiest ones for us to kind of blow through by accident. That Lent is 40 days, and it's a season that's so hyper-focused on penitential works that it's a little more intense for us. But even then, if you're like me, there's Ash Wednesday, and then an hour later, we're getting ready for Good Friday. Yeah. Well, Advent is one that can get missed because our secular society celebrates this feast too, this feast of Christmas. And we celebrate it as a secular society the same way Christians have for about 1,700 years. We eat way too much and we buy each other gifts, yeah? And I'm especially conscious of eating too much as I think of myself as a giant grape today, but thank you for only some of you laughing. This is a busy secular season. And if I could give you a gift, it would be to somehow pull you out of that and say, don't worry. Most people in your lives, including me, don't have any needs. Not any real needs. And if you're wondering, what should I get Father? Nothing. Come pray. Come pray. I have everything I need. And I think, if I may be so bold, most people have more than what they need. And so our worry about what do I get this person? What do I get that person? Well, what do you get the person who has everything? Do you know this one? Nothing. Yeah? Or that was funny, give them what they don't have. And what don't many of our friends and family have? Probably a sense of how deeply we love them. Probably a sense of their value and their worth in our lives. And that can be an amazing gift. And it's cheaper. I gotta say, I think I'm funny today. And you know what I mean? And you're all like, yeah, okay, fat man, let's go. But maybe that's the Christmas gifts we can all strive to give each other. And this is for people under 18. Kids, I'm not trying to ruin your Christmas. But to think about it and to tell each other or to write each other or to communicate in some way, you're irreplaceable in my life. Maybe that will take some of the heat off of us in terms of, well, I got to get this and I got to do that. And instead just say, what do I really have to do? Well, according to our faith, I need to prepare for judgment, and I need to prepare to celebrate the greatest thing that ever happened to the human race, that God took flesh and walked among us. And again, if he did nothing else, that would be amazing, but he saved us. This is what our season is about, and that's the candles that really are lit, but you can't tell. Thank you. That's the light in the darkness. That's why we light them. It's a light in the darkness of a world that wants to reduce you to what you can get done or what you can accomplish or even how much you stay out of my way. But you're so much more than that you're worth all of God's blood and breath. And that's true of you. But it's also true of the people you encounter every day. And this happened in 1996. I haven't told this story in years. But it's something I did that, I lost a job in the process, all right? Let's just get right to the end. It was 1996, and I was working security at Michigan International Speedway. And this is when, and it's not just my people going to NASCAR back then, right? This wasn't just Bubba's and Montrose people. People came to the race, and we would park 120,000 cars at these races. And when I say park, meaning we would direct people, go over there and park. Well, my job was the blue lot. The blue lot was this oasis in the desert for people. It would take you 15, 20 minutes to get to a parking spot, but the blue lot was right next to the track. And it always looked like there was a spot and people always wanted in. But here was my job. I'm sorry you don't have a blue pass. Thank you. Now, if you really want to make your average American with a nice car angry, tell them they can't park somewhere. Yeah? Tell them they're going to be inconvenienced. And man, I got called every name in the book, right? People would do the thing where they would sneak their car up and bump my knees with their bumper. And I'm like, no, I get paid $1 over minimum wage. You're going to have to kill me. This was my strategery, as we say. So, true story. Limo pulls up. And I'm blocking, and they're kind of revving their engine like, bro, I'm going to do this. And I'm like, $1 more than minimum wage, you're going to have to, right? And then you're going to have to replace your fender, Again, that's funny. So, driver window comes down, it's a chauffeur, and he says, we need to get in. I said, you need to have a blue pass. Do you have a blue pass? No, can't let you in. Window and back goes down. Come here, son. Oh, yeah. So I go back there, let us in. I can't, you don't have a blue pass. Ready? Do you know who I am? Now, Roger Penske owned the racetrack. So when I said to him, and I quote, I don't care if you're Roger Penske. You're not getting in here without a blue pass. And I lost my job that day. It's a true story. True story. I went into seminary a week later. That really happened. So many times we run into people, and it might be something as simple as, this is who's taking my order, or this is the person who's answering my question over the phone or face-to-face at a place of business. And we forget who they are. We forget it's a child of God we're talking to. And we treat them as a means to an end. So when we don't get what we want, well, Lord help us all. Or even worse, we don't even notice them. This is part of what Paul was writing about in our second reading, where he says people should look at you and see how different you are. You should be a source of love and light to people you encounter. And that's what I want to offer us as our Advent challenge. When we're worried about, what do I get this person, or what do I get them, you get them a sense of how much you love them. And for those you don't know, you can be spreading gifts all through Advent simply by treating everyone you meet as they are, a child of God. Whether you think their job is important or not. Whether we think this person is doing a good job serving us or not. We treat them with love and respect. And we hear Jesus saying to us, do you know who that is? That's someone for whom I died. That's someone for whom I give myself to them in the Eucharist. Then we're the light in the darkness. Then somebody goes home after a day of being treated just like a tool, and instead they remember that you treated them with love and kindness and respect. So those are the gifts I think we should give. And that's nice, I guess, that I think that these are the gifts God requires you and I to give. That we remember with everyone we meet, the best gift we could give them, especially those for whom it's a transactional relationship, the best gift we can give them is honor and respect and show them their dignity because they matter. And when it comes to our family and friends, tell them of our love. And I know I said this just last week. I do, but I can't help it. Just yesterday, 4 times. I did a funeral in the morning, heard a couple hours of confessions, then 4 times yesterday, I was called up to a hospital or a hospice. Everything from a child to a 92-year-old. And it was hard. And every time there was family standing there, and there was such love, and there was this kind of desperate love of, I know I don't have long with this person. I will never be able to tell you this enough. And this whole season is focused on that the end comes for each of us. The end comes for all of us. And we have to love each other and God with that truth in our heart. We have to. So this is our Advent challenge and blessing. I told you that crazy story so that you can remember two things. One, why God didn't want me to have children. That's so important, right? Sorry. I didn't intend that one. What was the second one? The one I actually meant. So that you can remember every time you encounter someone, I want you to hear Jesus say, do you know who that is? Do you know who that is? And then treat them in accordance with the answer. That's the light in the darkness for them. That's how you can be the light in the darkness for them, by remembering that the way Christ loves us is our light in darkness. Amen? Amen. Okay.